What is going on? James from Act Audio, and today we are going to talk about the difference of remote car starters. So one of the things that I've learned is a lot of times when people go to other shops, they don't give them a choice. They just put a remote starter in their car. And when customers call us, that's what they want. They just want to know what a remote starter costs because they've shopped before, they've never had options, but we really strive to give you options and give you the best fit for you and your lifestyle. And then on top of that, we want to customize it to you and your lifestyle. So it's ultimately the best remote starter that you can get bang for buck wise. So one of my biggest pet peeves that I see a lot is people will buy a remote starter and they got a key like this, right? Well, this one has a remote starter, but let's pretend it didn't. They have lock, unlock, trunk, and panic. And someone will come along and give them a remote starter and they give them this. Why would you do that? You got lock, unlock, start, and trunk. You already have that on your key. We're going to give you this. One button starts the car, or cell phone starts the car from the cell phone, right? We don't want you to have all those extra buttons. You don't need all those extra buttons. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to talk about the difference of remote starters. And here we have two styles. So we have our multi-button two-way, our multi-button one-way, our single button two-way, and our single button one-way. We also carry LCD screens that you can get. But what we're going to focus on today is one-way, two-way, and a few other options. So we're not going to worry about the multi-button or the single button. It's just one-way, two-way, and cell phone. So the first option that you have is starting your car from your cell phone. So using your phone, no extra key fobs, which is perfect if you got a key like this, because you don't have to have anything else added to your keychain. You just use your phone. You always have your phone on you. Most of the time, people don't go anywhere without their phone. So you got your phone, you can start your car, you can lock it, unlock it, track it. If your battery voltage is dying, it'll let you know. There's a whole lot of things you can do. You can even do timed alerts to let you know that it's time to start your car because you got to leave for work or whatever it is. The other thing the cell phone does is it actually gives you a timer. So we're going to preset your remote start to run for 20 minutes, which is programmable. We'll discuss that with you. But what we found is 15 is a little short on those really cold days, and 20 is a little bit better. And you're usually out to your car sooner, so you don't have to let it run the 20 minutes, but when you need it, it's there. The cell phone will give you a little timer letting you know how much time is left of that vehicle running. The second one is our two-way. Let me pull this over here. So our two-way, you're going to press the button. It's going to light up red, and then it's going to go green or red with an error tone. And there was a little chime there. I don't know if you heard it. And it's letting you know if the vehicle did or did not receive the signal to start. Once it receives that signal and it starts, it will then flash green, letting you know that the vehicle is running and warming up for you. And then the beauty is that at about 2 minutes left of runtime, it'll start beeping at you, letting you know, hey, we're running out of our runtime. We're going to shut it down soon. Just giving you a heads up, and it'll shut down. All of our remote starters, when you start it, it sends a signal to the car. The parking lights flash, and they turn on visually to confirm that the vehicle is running as well. But this one gives you a secondary confirmation, letting you know without looking at your car, if you're on the opposite side of the house or an apartment or whatever it is, that your vehicle is running. That remote also comes with a 2-mile range, and it's up to 2 miles. So let's just say it's a mile to be safe, because going through buildings and other things in the air will hinder that range and prevent it from transmitting very far. So if you're in like a hospital setting, you're not going to get your 2 miles because there's so much else going on in that building, preventing the signal from going far. So stepping away from there, we go to our one-way, which is this one here, again, or this one here. And with the one-way, it reduces the range to 1 mile, which we're going to say half a mile for simplicity's sakes. You don't have that two-way confirmation. The parking lights do still turn on so you can visually see. And it's more of your basic remote starter. The last setting, these are all lifetime warranty and installed. The last option we have is off your factory remote. So if you have a key like this, you can, and it didn't have the remote start on it, so let's pretend, you could press lock, unlock, lock, and it'll start your car. This is our lowest cost option. The downside of this option is it is limited to the range of this remote. Every remote is different. I can't tell you what it's gonna be. We can only test it and find out. Generally, I'm gonna say it's about 50 feet, but it really varies. The other downside is really you gotta go to your window and you gotta watch, and you gotta press lock, unlock, lock. Can't go too fast, you can't go too slow. So, because it won't work, so you gotta, when I had it on my truck, I'd go to my window and I'd watch the lights flash so I can make sure I was doing it properly to ensure my car was started. There's nothing more frustrating than just doing it in the other room, not seeing it, and you go out to a cold vehicle. So this is a solution that we generally won't recommend because as a store, we don't believe it is the best solution out there. If you did this and you paired it with a cell phone, it gives you the best of both worlds because you have unlimited range from the cell phone as long as you have Wi-Fi and cellular signal. And then you do have the short distance range if you need to from your remote. So, with no extra key fob. So it's kind of like your ideal situation. So those are the 4 main categories of remote starters that we carry in our store. Beyond that, we offer many different customizable solutions. So obviously adding the cell phone to any of them we can do. So you could do a 2-way or 1-way with the cell phone, not just the factory remote. You can add cell phone to any of them. You can do a security system add-on. It's cheaper to do the security system add-on with the remote starter. And basically most factory cars have a security system, but it's only if the door is opened, not if a window's smashed, not if the car's hit in the parking lot or catalytic converter's cut off or whatever it is. Only if that door is opened up will the car alarm go off. The aftermarket has much more sensors where if the car's hit in a parking lot, hit and run, the window's smashed, the catalytic converter is being cut off, may set it off because that is attached to the vehicle with rubber, so it's searching for vibration. The door's open. There's a whole slew of things that can set the factory alarm off with the aftermarket. If you have a 2-way remote or a cell phone, that alarm will also send a notification to the remote or the cell phone letting you know that your alarm is going off. So you can be reactive at that point. We also have options to turn your rear defroster on because your rear defroster will not automatically turn on. Most cars, not all, most. If you turn your rear defroster on, once you cycle that key on and off, it resets. So at nighttime, you get out of your car, you turn your front defroster on. In the morning when the car starts, it's there. The rear defroster does not always come on. With the remote starter, we add a thermistor, and when it senses it's under 42 degrees, it will automatically turn your rear defroster on if we've hooked it up. We also can do that to your heated seats. If you have the non-rocker switch style heated seats to turn the heated seats on, it'll automatically do it for you if it's the pulse style. We can also add heated seats if you really want to get a little crazy. We offer T-harnesses so that we can install it so it's not as invasive to your vehicle, less cutting and splicing, rear defroster, cell phone security. Am I missing anything? But when you do come to us, we are going to go through a checklist of items that you can go through, like how long do you want it to run for? Do you want those parking lights to turn on? Because some people don't. Do you want your horn to chirp when it starts or locks and unlocks? I don't have it in front of me. I can't think of the others. But we try to really customize this for you and your life because everyone's life is a little different. For example, I'm not a huge advocate of the cell phone part. It's just the way I am. I like my remote. These are my keys. I got a basic key with a LCD remote. My wife works in a hospital where this 2-mile range remote that she has will not reach her car, even though it's just in the parking garage attached to the hospital. She uses her cell phone to get that signal to her car. So she loves the cell phone because her lifestyle is a little bit different than mine. So it's not a one-size-fits-all, you know, and we really want to build it to fit you. Any questions, please hit me up below and ask, and I'll answer them the best I can. But yes, we can do this in pretty much any vehicle, even BMWs, Mercedes. You know, we actually got a Land Rover coming up that we're doing. There's not many vehicles we can't do this to. So any questions, hit me up. Thanks for watching.